couple of weeks ago, I had an employee that reached out to me. He's looking at getting into real estate. He's going to be graduating college soon, and he just wanted to talk about some stuff. Knew that we were building a quadplex in Maroa, and I'm like, hey, I'll meet you over there. I'll show you around, and you can ask me whatever questions you want, and I can kind of give you the rundown on how we did this project, since this was our first time building a ground up rental. I mean, we had built the Maroa Crawfords, but we had never built just something that we were going to rent out as far as residential goes. So he came over, we went through everything, and he asked me some really good questions, and it just got me thinking about, kind of doing an episode about just some of these kind of key things that he was asking about, and just, it was making me think about how I've talked to, at least 20 either former employees or younger guys that are interested in real estate or interested in business, but I've never once had somebody that I've had those conversations with actually jump in and start buying rentals. Or there's been some that have done like side hustles and things like that, for sure. But the main thing that sticks out to me is none of them take my advice on the rentals and actually get into the rental market, get into the rental game, and start doing that. But some of his questions just were really intriguing to me, that he was actually starting to get it a little bit, and how if I start, obviously I'm gonna have to work a job at first, and I'm gonna have to save up money. I'm gonna have to start slow and get into it, but what is like some of those first step things to do. But the number one thing that kept popping in my head, and that I made sure I hammered into his head, I said, the number one business decision that you will ever make is who you pick as your wife. And I heard us standing there talking to him, he's 22, 23. And I'm like, seriously, the number one business decision you'll make is who you choose as your wife. And I was just thinking about, Proverbs, and Proverbs 12:4, a wife of noble character is her husband's crown, but a disgraceful wife is like decay in his bones. And it's just so true. I give Hill all the credit in the world for where we are success-wise, and just for all the joy and happiness in my life. Obviously, I give all credit to God for everything, but after that, it is definitely because of Hill. And I just look at all these other business people that I've been around over the years, and the truly successful, happy ones have strong, happy marriages, and the ones that are stressed out all the time are the ones that either are divorced or don't have a great marriage, or even never have been married. And it's just having that reliable partner. And this is what I was telling this young guy. Having a reliable partner that you can count on 1,000% day in and day out. It can't be matched. It cannot be matched to your success. Someone that's going to push you when you don't want to be pushed, who's going to make you want to be better every single day, whether that's a better husband, a better father, a better leader, better in business, motivated to grow your rentals or your business, or even just being a great employee. It's so important to have that strong spouse. I mean, this goes for women too, making sure how important it is who you select your husband to be, because it can project you in your life, and it can drag you, or it can drag you down. I mean, and at the end of the day, there's nothing else and that's what I was drilling into his head. There's nothing else more important. It was the last thing I even said to him, after I had reiterated it probably 2 or 3 times in our, 45-minute conversation. I said, just, again, make sure you marry the right one. And something else that I was thinking about was like, you're marrying somebody you're truly marrying somebody you don't know. I mean, because at the end of the day, in 20 years, you are going to be a different person, and she is going to be a different person than you guys are right now. So take that into consideration. Is this person motivated? Is she a grinder? Is she hardworking? Is she going to push me to be better? Because those kind of qualities, that's what really attracted me to Hill in the beginning. Was she worked multiple jobs. She went to school. She was smart. She is way smarter than me, which is, something that, I really appreciated. And those things, knowing that she was going to push me to be better, was one of the most attractive things to me, because I knew that we can build a life off of that. We can build a life and a bright future off the fact that we are going to push each other, whether that's in business, as parents, as leaders in our faith, in fitness. We push each other all the time in the gym, and it can be as simple as, I don't want to really go today, or I don't want to work out today, but she is out, getting her workout outside in, or she's going to the gym, and I'm like, gosh, I'm going to get my workout in. I'm not going to be the only one. I'm not going to let her work out and me just, let the stresses get to me. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that my wife is motivating me. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to go to the gym. So when it comes to just business and in general, just making sure that you're marrying the right person and you're focused. But then there's so many other things that we were talking about. But like when it comes to real estate, I just want to, hammer in a little bit more of just take your time getting in, read the books, do the learning, and then dive into it. Start slow, buy a single family house, learn the lessons. These are what the things I was telling him. Learn those lessons and then just continue to push it and grow in the way you want it to.